vaccine.
A local doctor is bringing up an issue that he's noticed about readers and news reporting about medical issues. Elise Haas joins us live to explain why it's important to go beyond the headlines. Elise?
Ken, as someone in the medical field, Dr. Corey Fish of Brave Care says that he is very keen and subscribes to medical news. And during the pandemic, he's noticed an increasingly worrisome number of attention-grabbing or just outright misleading medical headlines across various news outlets. He's told me stories about how he even will see a headline and be alarmed by the news, only to read the entire article. And of course, once he does, the full story and true picture would come together, and it would not be so worrisome after all. But the thing is, Dr. Fish is an outlier because data and surveys show that 60% of people only read headlines of news articles. And over half of readers spend an average of just 15 seconds on an article. And I know there aren't that many speed readers out there in this world. And that's why Dr. Fish says that this mentality is dangerous for decision making.
My biggest concern is that, people are going to take that information, that limited information, and, base their decisions off of it, spread that information amongst their family and friends and peer groups. And then you have this kind of runaway phenomenon that's really not rooted in the whole factual story.
So with the knowledge of readers' behaviors and the fact that news outlets are limited to 7 to 10 words for a headline, he says that it's imperative that two things happen. One, readers need to take more responsibility for reading an article in its entirety before ever forming an opinion or sharing it. Headlines are not ever going to summarize an entire story. And two, he says that news outlets need to be more mindful of the truest key takeaway of a report and data to craft a more helpful headline and not the most clickable. For instance, Dr. Fish gave me a really good example of a headline that he saw that kind of works along these guidelines. It was from a major news network that basically said that there was 5,800 breakthrough COVID-19 cases after vaccination anyway. And while that will definitely probably get people's attention, the thing is, we know that most people might stop there and they'll probably assume that, oh, this means that the vaccines aren't working. But he says if you read that article from start to finish, you'd really realize that this actually shows that of the millions and millions of people who have been vaccinated, that once again, this data proves that the vaccines are working. And you went from having a 1 in 1,000 chances of catching COVID and getting ill from it to having a 1 in 11,000 chances of getting it, which is really good news after all. But once again, you'd only understand that if you read completely to the bottom. Ken and Jenny.
Yep, that is something to think about. Okay, thank you, Elise. Well, for more information on the CDC's studies into coronavirus vaccines and how COVID-19 spreads, go to KOIN.com.
On Wednesday, President Biden